If you're sitting on $2 million, $5 million of investable assets, you're retired or nearing it, and you're not considering a Roth conversion, then you might love the IRS more than I do. I'm serious, because every year you delay, you're handing over more and more control of your money to future tax rates, future laws, and of course, future politicians. Today, we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna walk you through a rules-based, step-by-step guide to converting pre-tax assets to Roth the right way, without triggering a tax avalanche or losing sight of the bigger picture. Hello, I'm Andrew Nida with Asset Management Group. Our organization works with families who've spent a lifetime building wealth, 2 million, 5 million, 8 million, sometimes more. And one of the most powerful and profitable strategies are those surrounding the topic of tax planning. Within the complex world of tax planning strategies, you will find Roth conversions as a widely applicable yet underutilized tool. Now, before you jump to the thought, I've already heard all of it, I want you to hold up, because this isn't an introductory IRA 101 talk. This is about using conversions strategically to reduce lifetime taxes, avoid future RMDs, and not leaving a legacy with your kids with a huge surprise tax bill. So let's dive in. When we review a client within your net worth range, we examine 5 critical factors. And let me stop right there. There are a lot more than 5. I'm trimming this video down to something digestible, but let's be real, the tax system is a maze. But it can be one. And regardless of what many may say publicly, we currently live in an incredibly favorable tax environment. It doesn't matter what political wing you subscribe to, the idea that we are in a challenging tax system is nothing more than noise. The current tax code is built for you and I to succeed. But, and it's a big but, it's also built with layers of complexity. Every lever you pull creates a snowball effect that can impact Social Security, Medicare premiums, capital gains, estate taxes, even your charitable giving. So what I'm about to show you are 5 critical factors, but not all factors, that we weigh before recommending a conversion. Let's start with factor 1. Burn rate. What percentage of your liquid assets are you spending each year? If you're at 3% or less, you're in a great position, but that number can change. Questions that need to be answered are, will your expenses shift when Social Security or pensions kick in? Will expenses rise if a spouse is still working but plans to retire? Will liabilities be paid off, reducing outflow needs? Will travel increase, or will healthcare costs rise? Not only should you be questioning and answering those questions, they should be modeled throughout your entire plan. Factor 2, age and RMD timeline. How many years until required minimum distributions begin? RMDs start at age 73 or 75 for some under this new rule, and they can explode your taxable income overnight. If you have required minimum distributions due to an inherited IRA, then it's a whole different ballgame. Factor 3, your tax trajectory. If you don't convert, what rate will you pay on your last dollar of income? The question needs to be answered for the year 2025 as well as projected out over time. How can you know the correct rate to pay if you don't factor in the rate you will pay tomorrow and in the future, assuming rates don't change, even though they likely will? Factor 4, estate impact. If you don't convert, you're not just passing assets, you're passing a tax liability. It's true that converting assets can be more beneficial to the estate and the next generation than yourself. That said, don't jump the strategy because you're okay with it not being your problem. You have to fully buy into the fact that someone will always pay the tax, and to whom you are okay with receiving more of your hard-earned money and resources. It's either going to be the IRS or someone you choose. Here at AMG, we model lifetime and post-mortem projections, so you see precisely what your heirs would owe and the value of you stewarding well today. Factor 5, bracket IRMAA limitations. Look, remember, the tax code is intertwined to the extent that a domino effect is possible with one action you take. Conversion should consider all areas that are impacted with one transaction. You absolutely need to know that by converting, what rate of tax am I attempting to target? Will I trip the IRMAA limitation with my new MAGI value? Will I lose the new deduction value provided to seniors with the big beautiful bill? One transaction, multiple outcomes and effects. That's the 5 factors I wanted to throw your way. But remember, they're only the tip of the iceberg. Point number 2, rules and the traps. Conversions are simple in theory and brutal in execution. Let's talk about these traps. First, once you convert, there's no undo button. The old recharacterization rule, it's gone. Every dollar you convert shows up as ordinary income in that tax year. Convert too much, you leap brackets. Every conversion has its own 5-year clock before penalty-free withdrawals can begin. State taxes matter. Georgia gives retirees a break. Florida and Tennessee skip income tax, and Alabama partially exempts pensions. So you got to know your state. And then the law. It's constantly shifting. The so-called Big Beautiful Bill is locked in low brackets for now, but sunset is definitely coming. You're racing a clock. So you can't treat this like a weekend project. You need modeling, precision, and a clear purpose. Point number 3, building the plan. Here's how we actually build it, step by step. First, we define your burn rate. If you've got $4 million in invested assets and you're drawing $120,000 a year, that's a 3% burn rate. Perfect. It's low, it provides the opportunity for conversion. It gives you flexibility because you can fill up lower tax brackets without stressing income needs. Step number 2, map your income timeline. Plot when Social Security starts, when pensions start or end, when debt rolls off the table, when RMDs will kick in. That shows you your quiet years, that sweet spot for conversions. Step number 3, run the do nothing scenario. Okay, you gotta compare to some type of standard. What happens if you leave everything pre-tax? How much total tax will you pay over your lifetime? How much tax liability are you leaving for your estate to pay? We often find that doing nothing costs families hundreds of thousands in avoidable taxes. Step number 4, target your bracket and IRMAA guardrail. Decide your ceiling. Maybe you fill the 24% bracket. Maybe that's your goal. Maybe you stop just shy of the IRMAA income-related monthly adjustment level. We use tax software to draw those lines precise and clear so we know the mission. Step 5, compare lifetime versus conversion cost. We'll show the delta. Pay $80,000 now, save $300,000 later. When you see the math in black and white, it's powerful, and it gives you the confidence to be able to proceed and move forward with a tax strategy like conversion. Step number 6, execute it in phases. You don't convert everything at once. That's silly. You ladder conversions over multiple years. It's a plan you should stick with, staying efficient and flexible. So what do you do now? Here's the game plan. It's a playbook. Number 1, run your burn rate. Number 2, map your income timeline. Number 3, estimate your do-nothing tax cost. Number 4, pick a conversion bracket, IRMAA limitation, what you're trying to work within. Number 5, execute partial conversions annually. Review annually. Laws changes, rates changes, everything changes. Your life changes. If your advisor can't walk you through those steps with straightforward math, being able to clearly articulate exactly the benefit and the value of doing conversions, or being able to clearly answer as to why you shouldn't do a conversion, well, then you may need to find someone who will. The Roth conversion isn't a trend. It's a strategy for individuals who want to take control of their future tax liability. Don't let complexity be the excuse that costs your family 6 figures in taxes. It happens all the time. If you're ready to build a plan and want someone to show you clearly the math, we love to help, because the truth is the tax system rewards those who understand it, and it quietly penalizes those who don't. I'm Andrew Nida with Asset Management Group. Thanks for watching, as always. And of course, I'll see you in the next video.